What's happening, my blocked buddies? This is blocked content, and spoiler warning, I have just had some licorice, so I am hyped as all heck. Here, let's do this. Nintendo Switch news. We have some more. Right now, it actually comes from IGN.com. I know we all love IGN.com. I visit it daily. I'm the biggest fan in the world. I love those guys. I want to work together with them someday. But anyway, more Nintendo Switch news comes to us from IGN.com. So go to IGN.com, pay your respects, press F, all that kind of stuff. I'm so hyped about this. I'm so pumped. Licorice. I'm getting too much sugar. Anyway, IGN seems to report on something very awesome because it says Nintendo Switch, 23rd of November 2016. GameStop CEO seemingly confirms Nintendo Switch motion controls. Okay, so let's do this. IGN is saying get moving. It reports saying, okay, are you guys ready for this? It reports saying a comment made on a GameStop investor relations call seems to have confirmed a so far unannounced feature for the upcoming Nintendo Switch console. Okay, so first, let's backtrack just a little bit. Let's just backtrack, okay? So a comment made on a GameStop investors relations call. So what is a GameStop investor relations call? Is that just, within GameStop itself? And how did someone get this information? Was it like, hacked into, or did someone just blab and just say what was in the investor relations call? Because, and was a party of Nintendo involved in the investor relations call? Because those things kind of need to happen if, the stores are to work together with other people. Anyway, we go on and hear a little bit more about this because they actually feature this is a so far unannounced thing for the entire Nintendo Switch. We didn't know about this. We've speculated. We thought about, the multi-touch screen. We thought about, what does the dock do exactly? But we never really mentioned this little tiny thing, motion controls. Okay, so IGN reports that while discussing how the console's features have the potential to expand the gaming audience in a similar way to the Nintendo Wii, the US retailer CEO, Paul Raines, made a comment. So, okay guys, I have some more information here because they actually discussed in this call the console's features. So, all the features that are going to be revealed in January that we don't know right now. So, yeah, it's going to change the game. Seemingly they're saying kind of like the Nintendo Wii did. And the Wii, of course, changed the gaming industry so much by just introducing something very simple like motion controls, and having the Wii Remote changed gaming as a whole so much, which I was very happy about because I love the original Wii and I still play Wii games from time to time. Actually, I had some friends over yesterday. We played Wii Sports 2 and it was awesome, and it was really cool. And now actually there are reports of more motion controls coming to our Nintendo, which we absolutely love. This kind of also maybe confirms that Wii controllers are not compatible with this new console, which I would actually kind of be fine with because that's all junk now because we have the screen, right? So here we go. So yes, the US retailer CEO, so the retailer here, we talk GameStop, right? GameStop CEO, the US GameStop CEO, Paul Raines. So let's look that guy up in a moment, okay? But Paul Raines said this, quote start, a movement-related game is more fun for kids, Taking those accessories off, and so he means the detachable Joy-Con pads, you can really do a lot of interesting things with that in gameplay. So, okay, this boy right here is confirming a few different things right now. He's kind of confirming movement-related game. Okay, so a movement-related game, maybe they've played this in the investor relations thing, Maybe they had a demo station. Maybe GameStop already has these demo builds somewhere in a warehouse somewhere that people got to play at a Nintendo, press secret event. We don't really know. We're blocked content. We're blocked from all those events, all the content. Anyway, maybe that's something, and a movement-related game could possibly mean a minigame-related game. So maybe it could mean a lot more for the Rabbids X Cross Mario RPG crossover thing. So maybe that is minigame related, as we come to know from either the Mario franchise with Mario Party and also the Rabbids franchise with all the Rabbid games that are all minigame kind of focused games. So that to me feels like a movement related game, right? But he says here, taking those accessories off, right, the Joy-Cons, the click from the trailer. If you detach the little Joy-Con things, you have two controllers, either two controllers for you or one for your friend, one for for you, and you flip them on the side, and there are Wiimotes on the side, kind of like that. But anyway, it's so exciting because this report is actually saying that you can do a lot of interesting movement things with this. So is he saying movement with the control stick and the buttons? No, he is saying movement related games, like there is motion control in those tiny little Joy-Con pads. So that had changed the game massively because First off, that's amazing that there is motion controls inside a tiny Joy-Con, and if you have two of them, you can like have two Wii remotes in your hands, which is crazy because we know that the nunchuck accessory kind of had, you know, sort of a motion control in it, but it wasn't really motion control. You could only like do one slight move, but just having two motion controls, that could change the game so much. That could make like aiming your arrows with Zelda so cool. That could make, you know, doing Wii Fit related moves so cool. And I think it's such an amazing move for Nintendo to include motion controls into the Switch. You know, it's kind of been absent for the most part for the Wii U. The Wii U did have the gyro and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, we kind of missed moving around, right? We miss moving around. So for the games that need it, I mean, right? We don't need to move around all that much with a Zelda or a core Mario game, but we do need to move around with the Wii Sports and the Wii Plays and the Wii everything. So I really hope that Nintendo brings the goods in terms of fun party games and stuff like that, because those are the games that stick when there's an actual party, and maybe those games kind of live on forever, right? The Mario parties, you'll always get out of your, you know, you'll always get out when there is a party in the house, and kind of the Smash Brothers are more, you know, the friend things, like the close friends, like the three people on the couch playing Smash Brothers together. But you always need those awesome moments where you're just, yeah, you want to show people what this console can do, and sometimes that doesn't mean the most awesome graphics, sometimes that doesn't mean the best game with the best cutscenes or whatever. It just means what the system is capable of doing, what the controllers can do, what the screen can do, that you can take it with you, and also that the controllers, of course, have motion controls. So this makes me incredibly happy, but also kind of curious what Nintendo could end up doing with this. And IGN actually has a little bit more info that they tried to get out of Nintendo for, you know, maybe blabbing it just a tiny bit about this fact right here. So we read on IGN.com the article about the Nintendo Switch motion controls, and they're saying Nintendo so far refused to divulge any hardware specifics not shown off in the console's reveal trailer, and will not be discussing them until a Nintendo Direct due for broadcast in January. Okay, we know about this. Nintendo made this awesome 3.5-minute trailer for the Nintendo Switch. It was amazing. It had everything anyone ever wanted, but it only missed Smash Brothers, so it didn't quite have anything, but it had everything that we kind of wanted at that moment, and it was exactly what we expected as well. So I am very happy still about that trailer, but the whole fact that Nintendo is not saying anything until January is kind of a tease, because there's still a whole December month to go, bros. What are we gonna do with no Nintendo news, right? But luckily there's more news like this, because this investors relation call actually seems to kind of announce a function that we didn't know was, you know, actually being announced. So it makes you wonder what kind of things are possible with this. And also, people have also asked me in the previous Q&A video that we did, by the way, we're going to probably do a lot more Q&A videos because you guys are overloading us with questions, and it's awesome, and let's do that soon. Anyway, it's so cool because my idea is that you can click the Joy-Cons off the console, right, off the screen, and then maybe you can attach another Joy-Con thing, but that looks different, right? Remember when we played on the 3DS, when we played Kid Icarus, right? And Kid Icarus was such a beautiful, funny, awesome, and full game, but the controller was weird, and then you had to buy these add-ons, and that kind of made it better. Maybe some stuff like that can now happen, where it's like, well, maybe you don't need those buttons for this game, but instead you need, you know, one button or something, or maybe you need more of a camera angle, or maybe you need the stick below instead of, you know, on the top. I don't know, but those kind of things, they make the difference for different games, you know, and it could kind of mean something that Xbox and PlayStation can't really do, which is saying, hey, this is the arsenal that you have to make your games, and you can actually totally change up the entire world of that game. So if you just want it to be a very simple experience, you could leave it like that. Maybe if you have a fighting game, you can have sort of a fighting game, you know, arcade kind of sticks on your little pad. So that would be amazing if the actual Switch handheld had like an arcade kind of movement, that would certainly rock. And I think also there are yokai watch kind of accessories that people have rumored about and people have drawn pictures about. I think those look amazing as well. I think there's also a lot of stuff you can do with Pokemon with that kind of stuff, that they even look Pokemon related, and that it maybe has the index of sort of being like a Pokedex kind of thing. I know that it's not really recent that I'm saying Pokedex, but whatever. Anyway, I'm very excited about this news. IGN also says that motion controls have, however, seemed a likely feature for Switch. Nintendo has included them on its last 2 home consoles, and that is of course true. Wii U games that utilize them are seemingly coming to Switch, and patent documents suggest their inclusion in some form. And yes, we have of course reported on those patents, and we've seen the pictures of maybe motion controls and maybe projecting images in your wall and stuff like that. So Nintendo is going all out with the features of this awesome system. All I can think about when I see the controller is a dog, because someone made a dog of it, but that's a different story. Anyway, motion controls seem to be a very likely thing, and of course, yeah, the Nintendo Switch games that they've shown off in the trailer, mainly the Mario Kart game, of course, we know has the gyro thing. So yeah, could a game like Mario Kart work for a new audience if it doesn't have motion controls? I don't think so. I think people are used to it by now, and the hardcore e-gamers, or kind of the casual hardcore gamer in betweener, they are for sure not using the motion controls, maybe to get that gold wheel medal or something in the game, but they don't really use it normally. And I think that it would be a waste for the younger gamers to not experience that kind of like that. So I would be very happy if Nintendo would actually include motion controls in this. I am like 90% sure that is actually in there, because Nintendo knows what they're doing, and also all the hints kind of point towards it. And then IGN reports that there is a chance that the Switch's motion controls may not be the detachable Joy-Con pads that we've seen already. Oh wow, they're shaking this up. IGN's shaking it up. Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima has previously explained that some hardware accessories have not yet been shown off. Some hardware accessories, so not just the Joy-Con pads, maybe some other pads that you can click on, maybe that actually holds the motion controls. So maybe it's not what we already know, but maybe you can click on things that have motion control, right? Like a sort of a Motion Plus kind of idea that we had with, of course, the Nintendo with the Wii, with the original Wii, right? And then they also say, although it's questionable whether Nintendo would fragment its audience by requiring separate devices for what's historically been a core feature. And I agree with IGN there. I think it would be weird to not include it in the base package that you buy. I think every single bundle of Switch should come with some form of motion control, because for some people this will be, and don't take this the wrong way, but for some people this will be their first kind of Wii sort of experience. And I know it's not the Wii, it's not the Wii U successor or whatever, but it does, continue a lot of the same trends that the Wii and the Wii U have done in terms of games, and in terms of how how new this whole experience is, how innovative this is. So I'm very excited about this. And then they also say GameStop appears to have a good feeling about the Switch in general, which is a really good thing. GameStop certainly is one of the big players, and I'm very happy that they are happy. The investor call covers the fact that consumer purchase intent, a survey indicating how many of those aware of the console also plan to buy one at launch, is currently sitting at 27%, a similar level to the Xbox One before its launch. And of course the Xbox One did really well, I think, overall, because I think it did a lot better than the PlayStation 4 did on its launch, which is pretty amazing, because the PlayStation 4 did really well. Then they also say GameStop also sees Nintendo players' preference of physical media over digital downloads, and the fact that the console uses cartridges for physical playback as an encouraging sign for sales. Yeah, I don't really like having digital games. It kind of feels like I don't really own a game at all. Like, I do like it when I get them as presents or something. That's really amazing, and it's an easy way to give someone a cool game present and not have something physical, and I love that about it. But on the other hand, I really like owning something. I really like the booklet, having it in my hands, flipping through it. I really like the CD or the cartridge or what have you. You can lose it, right? But yeah, Nintendo can also lose the cloud, and also it's just more fun to have an actual object in your house. But that maybe is something for another time. Okay, Reigns, this guy that we're talking about, also explained that he had used the console that he had played on the Nintendo Switch, calling it a very interesting device. I think it's really got tremendous potential as a game changer. We'll have to wait and see. Like everything else in this industry, the consumers will vote with their dollars, but I think it's got a lot of potential. So I think every single person that has talked about the Switch has been so positive about it. I don't think anyone has said, hey, this console, I don't really know about it. I played it and was kind of like, nah. Everyone is totally down for it, which means Block Content is totally down for it. And more news is, of course, following in January on the awesome Nintendo Direct that is coming. And the Switch is, of course, releasing in March of 2017, which is actually also pretty closer than I thought. I'm so sorry for this video being more energetic than normal because I've just had way too many licorice. I'm gonna eat way too many licorice now. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to Block Content if you haven't subscribed to Block Content before, because you'll be part of our awesome family. And please, if you like this video, click the thumb that says I like, or it doesn't say I like, it just likes the video. It makes me happy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This was Block Content, and hope to see you around the next video, because there's always more Switch news right around the corner. Thank you guys so much.